Here are the biggest Avengers Endgame secrets as revealed by the Russo brothers. Last year, Avengers Endgame became the biggest film of all time, and based on this year's, well, everything, it doesn't look like they're going to lose that title anytime soon. However, despite everyone and their loved ones seeing this movie multiple times in theaters, there's still an awful lot about the film we don't actually know. Thankfully, the directing duo behind this movie, Joe and Anthony Russo, stepped up to the plate on Monday during comicbook.com's Quarantine Watch Party series, and they dished out oh so many details. Now we're going to break down the very best ones right after this spoiler warning. Just kidding. You've seen this movie, right? I mean, you have to have seen it. Legally, you need to have seen it already. What have you been doing if not? Like a tardigrade rodeo in the quantum realm or something? Anyway, let's get into it. The Russos started off by revealing that in the heartbreaking opening scene of the movie, Lila Barton, Hawkeye's daughter, is played by director Joe Russo's real daughter, Ava, who shares a name with Jeremy Renner's daughter. And while that was something that we did already know, this next little tidbit surprised us and shows how small of a world it actually is. Tony's lake house was on the same property that we shot the Wakanda battle from Infinity War. It all went down a few hundred yards from here. Wow. Whoever's doing the location scouting for Marvel is either really good or just really lucky. Or maybe Tony Stark just has a vacation home in Wakanda. I mean, Bucky did it. Why not Tony as well? Now, if you thought that Thor yelling at Noobmaster69 after getting dunked on in Fortnite wasn't enough to show how far the Thunder God has fallen, well, it was almost even more embarrassing for him when the Russos revealed there was once a scene of Thor peeing off a balcony in New Asgard to show how depraved he was. We realized he was already pretty depraved. Now, to be fair, none of us are worthy enough to see that hammer. Another key detail we learned from the directing duo was the humorous callback to the elevator scene in Captain America the Winter Soldier, which was the first MCU film directed by the Russos. We shot the original Winter Soldier elevator scene in 4 days. This scene took about 3 hours. Talking is easier to shoot than fighting. Now, to be fair, seeing Cap lay the smackdown on an elevator full of goons, well, that was worth every second. And speaking of Cap, who could forget when Captain America fought Captain America? That scene actually connects to another film the Russo brothers produced, Netflix's Extraction. That's Extraction director Sam Hargrave fighting his actual little brother Daniel, both dressed as Cap. Movie magic, parentheses, face replacement. No word yet on whether or not there was a stunt butt for America's ass, but I'll let you decide. Now here's another bit of technical advice for the Russos for any aspiring directors out there. We had to reshoot this scene between Hulk and the Ancient One. Hardest scene to get right in either movie because of the time travel exposition. Exposition is harder to shoot than behavior. And honestly, that makes sense because explaining time travel to your mom or to your friends or to literally anyone, it just sucks.
So Back to the Future is a bunch of bullshit.
Dubbed the most ambitious crossover of all time, Endgame garnered praise for the way it balanced its sprawling cast and, in particular, its villain, Thanos. But even though Thanos is inevitable, there was one thing that surprised the Russo brothers. We never expected Brolin to take to playing Thanos in a mocap suit the way he did. He absolutely loved it, treated it like an experimental theater exercise. And, of course, the mood was a little somber when Stan Lee's cameo came up. We really miss Stan. It was always everyone's favorite day when Stan came to set. Rest in peace, Stan Lee. Excelsior. The Russos also explained some of the hair and makeup issues that sometimes arose when filming a blockbuster like this. We put Michael Douglas in a crazy wig so we could make him look like Michael Douglas from the streets of San Francisco, but he just ended up looking like Michael Douglas in a crazy wig. And I'll be honest, there is literally no better version of Michael Douglas than Michael Douglas in a crazy wig. One of the biggest mysteries fans wanted to know going into Infinity War and Endgame was the location of the Soul Stone, and it appears we almost got a very different version. Early on in development talks, we considered making Cap the Soul Stone, but that idea fell away rather quickly. Wait, so Cap went from being the Soul Stone to America's ass, aka the Whole Stone? Was that a good trade-off? We'll leave it for you to decide, but the answer is yes, duh! And if you were wondering if there were any unseen cameos from other Marvel heroes, well, when they were asked was anyone on the receiving end of the bench throw by the Hulk, the Russos had a humorous answer. Frank Castle, aka the Punisher. I guess that's his punishment for all that murder he does. They also pulled the curtain back on everyone's favorite big meanie, the Hulk. That's Mark Ruffalo standing on a box, snapping his fingers, and bringing back half the Marvel Universe. Most of Hulk's amazing performances are Mark standing on a box in tight pajamas. Which, honestly, I feel like that's what we're all doing in quarantine right now, but maybe without the snapping. Well, I don't know about you, I've certainly snapped. We also got some insight into the moment that made audiences lose their dang minds when Cap wields Mjolnir. It was early in development when we let him know he was going to pick up the hammer. Needless to say, he was psyched. The crew on these films are filled with comic book lovers, so you can guess how excited everyone was the day we filmed this. The Russos even shared their favorite shot in the movie, and it appears they're fans of saving the best for last. That long crane shot to find Cap and Peggy in the window, our favorite shot in the movie. And there you have it, all the biggest secrets revealed by the Russos about Avengers Endgame. Of course, if you want to see more behind-the-scenes photos and moments or learn more about the making of this epic movie, you can head to Nerdist.com right now for a complete breakdown of this watch-along. But in the meantime, tell me, what did you folks think? What's your favorite moment or reveal from the Avengers Endgame watch-along? What MCU film is your favorite and why? And how long will Endgame hold on to the title of the biggest film of all time? Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking it and subscribing to our channel. If you want to get notified whenever we go live with a new show or drop a new video, hit that little bell down below. That way you're going to be up to date on all the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world. In the meantime, stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.